Hey traders, John Howell here. The market has just closed, and so let's have a good look at the markets, plus also be looking at some of the interest rates as well. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, if you haven't done so yet, then make sure you grab access to that free trading course. Or the trading course I'm giving away for free. There's 5 phases in there. If you need some help and you need some extra help, then just grab that free trading course. If you'd like to talk to me personally, then I've opened up some spots so you can actually talk to me and grab a coaching call. Plus, with the coaching call, I'm actually giving away a $2,000 program for free with the actual coaching call as well too. So that link will be in the description as well too, if you actually want to book a one-on-one call with me. So let's go have a look at the good old stocky market. Then we'll get into the mining sector as well, and then I'm sure a few other things will come up as I'm going through this market update. So the market has closed. We have the 4th of July. The market has just closed, but it's also closed next week as well too, for the 4th of July holiday. And right now is the time where things are going to start to get heated up. Right, we're getting into July. Once we get into July, then into August, that's that August, September, October, November, December, guys. That's when things really start to get heated up, okay? So it is so important, so important. And this is a message to my private clients. Be patient. Do not be taking trades based off one, oh, well, I think this is a good idea. Let me just buy it. Let me short the market. Let me buy the market. It's so important to just stick to the plan, okay? And again, a message to my private clients as well too, because I know a lot of you guys watch my market updates, okay? Stick to the strategy. You know the strategy works majority of the time, like 95% of the time. 95% of the time, you know, a perfect setup is going to generate a profit. So just stick to it and wait for those, okay? It's not worth taking this other bullshit out there that is not a system trade that's not going to generate a profit. And for you guys that are not inner circle clients, just make sure that you have some sort of a strategy that you're approaching these markets with, not a buy, hold, and because that's the easiest way to actually lose your money. I was speaking to a guy just recently, and actually on one of the coaching calls, and he was saying that he just lost $350,000 from doing just that, right? Just like buying and 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 buying. And unfortunately, it was in the crypto market as well too. So please, guys, don't be jumping into these markets. The markets are going to get crazy volatile. What may look like what I'm about to present to you today may not eventually actually happen, and the opposite happens. And that's why it's so important to always be looking at both scenarios. Could this be bottoming out here and start to make a move up? Or is this going to be a continuation on the downside, and having a non-biased view, but just simply watch the markets and listen to the markets? And please don't have a confirmation bias. If you're looking for the market to bottom out here, for this market to start to rally because you're long the markets, then the worst thing you can do is start to go out there and watch all these videos based off why you're right. That's the worst thing to do, when maybe all of them are wrong and maybe you're wrong as well too. So just be careful of that with that, or just be careful. Don't do that. Not be careful. Don't do that. Okay. Keep the main thing. If the market is still trending down, which it is right now, and you're going long right now, the market, hopefully it's going to start to make a very nice move up, then you're trading based off what you hope and not what the reality in the market is, okay? So what we're looking at here is in the markets is that we're potentially starting to form a bit of a support level through here. You can see how on the S&P 500, see how that, look at this here. So we have this sort of low period through here. We have this low here. Is this going to be a higher low? Because if it is, then that's going to be, we actually got a bit of a supporting day today as well too, as you can see. So if I zoom right in much more, you can see how we actually had a bit of a supporting day today. Supporting day means it didn't continue down. We actually went up today. So this could be forming some sort of a higher low in the marketplace. And so therefore, if we have a look at the trend lines, we're getting something like this happening right now as we speak, right? So a bit of a triangle pattern as we speak right now. We do have a bit of a much bigger channel coming through here, but right now we're getting this major support level through here and major resistance. Now, why am I saying this? is because if this is going to start to form a bit of a bottom, okay, if this is going to form a bit of a bottom, what would we want to see? Okay, not what we want to see. If you're long the market right now, you're like, oh my goodness, John said it's definitely going to form this pattern. No, I didn't say that. No one definitely knows nothing. All right. Is that even proper pronunciation? Okay. Anyway, so if we have a look at the S&P 500, look what actually happened here. Okay. Here's the thing. So we have, back here we had this major support level and then major support level. That was basically pretty much for a whole week. And you can see recently it rejected it. So we know this 3,900 level is what? A major resistance level, okay? So the market's pulled back. Is this going to be a higher low or not? Are we going to get this low, which we did? Is this going to be a higher low? Well, we don't know yet, but if it is, and we get maybe something like this, next week we get something like this, and then we get something like that. What does that mean? Something's actually changing, right? Something's actually changing. What is changing? Well, remember this whole major support, major resistance, it has now also broken here, but also now we have had a low and a higher low. So the buyers are starting to come back in. If we did get this scenario, there's a massive probability we're going to at least start to make our way back up towards the 4,200 level. That'll be at least that move. Then we have to wait and see what actually happens. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if this happens, if we get this break, if this happen next week, then there could be some sort of short-term move happening there. But that also may be the start of a much bigger move to the upside. We don't know. So, but also, what about the flip side on the other side? What about this? Well, because remember, we are downtrending here, right? What about if we get another day like this? And then we get something like that breaking down. Then what? Okay, well, remember, this is just flowing with the downward movement. And so therefore, if that happens, we're probably likely to do something like this. And then probably continue down from here. I've got an interesting video coming up, I think maybe tomorrow, that I'm planning on recording for you. And the video is based off, it's really interesting. There's a pattern. Whenever we go through a boom, whenever we actually start the crash, the market retraces a certain percentage of all those of the crash that actually happened. So if we get a boom here, and I'll touch on it here right now. It's interesting. Whenever you see a market, if the market starts to go through a bit of a big bubble through here, one thing I've noticed through all markets is that majority of the time, at least, we're going to see an 80% retracement, if not 100% retracement of where the bubble started. So wherever the bubble started, we eventually make our way back down. But again, we eventually make our way back down to at least 80%. But if not, almost 100% of the time, you're going to see that bubble there. And again, I've got a video I'm going to be recording for you, possibly or probably, what's today? Saturday for me. So Sunday. Oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. That'll be my weekend update email. So wait till you see that, because that actually could be the reason why I'm going to be doing that, because that actually could be in line with what the market is telling us, right? We may not get that break up, and we may get a continuation, and then the market just continues down from here, right? So right now the trend is what? Low, lower high, lower high. The trend is down. The trend is your friend until the end. It hasn't changed it. So if you're trying to buy the market and hope this market's going to go up right now, you're not keeping the main thing. What's the main thing? The market, right? The main thing is the market. If we have a look at the Dow Jones as well too, we can see that the Dow Jones actually has got this trend line coming down from there to there. Right, we've also got a bit of a support line coming up from there to there, as you can see. So we're starting to squeeze up through here. Now, one thing I have noticed with these patterns, and I actually like trading this as well too. If I squeeze it, let me bring this out through to here, and let me bring this up through to here a bit more. One thing I have noticed, and I really like trading these actually, is that we may get something like this, right? We may squeeze up like this, and then we get a big breakout bar, and then we start to get a bit of a movement down. I've seen that many a times as well too. This arrow here, I actually did trade at this one because it's the exact same thing, right? The market went down, the market had a pullback, then we had a nice breakout bar. I actually shorted the market through there. I was actually short a few stocks that actually had similar patterns, but then also I actually shorted the futures market on this one, and then we had a very nice move on the downside. So made a really, really, really nice movement on the downside. So we may get something very similar here where the market moves up, goes sideways, we get a breakdown, and then possibly another continuation on the downside. So, but remember guys, that's where right now it's like a do or die. Do we or do we not? do or do not. And what I mean by that is that once again, look where we are. So this major level of support level back here, right? So we have support, became resistance. Now look what's happening, low, high, low. What happens here? Because if we get something like this and then we start to break up, it's like, oh, something has actually changed there, right? Makes sense? So let's go have a look at the GDX. The thing that I'm noticing right now with the GDX is that we are definitely on a downward slope, but we're definitely getting to a massive oversold level as well too in the markets. So I wouldn't be too surprised to actually see a bit of a bounce here out of this whole level through here out of the mining sector. We did actually break below this major support level through there around the $29 level, but we have been coming down for quite some time. So right now would be the wrong time to short the market. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays out, because we are breaking down. So again, do we start to get back above here? And if so, it's going to be the interesting thing is, and the thing that I'm watching here is that we've actually had this support level here a few times, as you can see. And then we get a break down through here. If we start to get something like this and we get a break back up, maybe, just maybe, that's going to be the final low, because the market loves to do that when it comes to end of trend, right? We go down, we flush past support levels, and then they start to make the move up. So that's what I'm seeing through there across that there. Let's actually look at gold. Gold right now is just continuing to, let me take that off the screen, just continue to go sideways. Really not much happening here when it comes to the gold market, and then also silver market as well too. Silver has continued down. That's what I've been saying for the last probably few weeks, that the trend is your friend until the end. Keep the main thing, which is the charts, right? We can see we have a high, lower high, and then the market's still rolling over right now. So we're starting to get a bit more of a steeper rollover when it comes to the silver market. The one thing I definitely want to show you guys is continue looking at the interest rates. And one thing I've been saying, that I do believe that as the Fed starts to raise the short end, like what's happening right now, but then on the long end, which is the long end simply means the longer time frame rates, right? The 30-year rates, the 20-year rates, so on and so forth. I believe as these rates, let me go back to the weekly chart here for a minute. As these rates start to come back down, they're going to jack it up, and then so these rates here, so the 30 years is going to probably still start to head back down through to here. That's going to be that's going to be, say, the long end, the 30 year, and then on the short year over here where the Fed raises, the Fed's going to continue to raise, and if we draw a line from there to there, you can see then that's the short end will be higher than the long end. The short end, which is what the Fed controls, the long end is what the free market controls. And so therefore, if it's higher than that, then that's when you can start to see recession. So I don't believe we're going to get into recessions like right now. We may, but we're starting to see that as well too. Plus, let's actually go look at, so even the same for the 2 year. This last little hooray here, guys, is the last final hooray in the market. This is the last push, okay? You can see here, and I've seen this so many times. That's that last little, oh my goodness, and then it's like, then you're done, right? When the market goes up, and then it has a little pullback, and then has a little, and then has just a nice one more push, and it's been going on for a while. Yeah, you're getting towards the end of that, of that move, and then suddenly what happens? Then we do what we're doing right now. We start to reverse. We may get something like that, and then we start to come back down through there. So that's actually the 2 year, and then obviously you got the 10 year doing the same thing, right? Up, slight little pullback, a big push up, and then now the market's actually pulling back as well too, which I do believe is going to be bullish for the market. So it's a really interesting spot we're in right now, traders. The number one thing I must say, and like we can see this, we can see the inflation rates, we can see a lot of things that may be bullish, that may be starting to be a bit of a bullish for the markets coming into it. The number one thing, guys, at all times is continue to read what the market is telling you. If you're looking at the S&P 500 or even the Dow, right? Any of these markets, continue to read what the market is telling you, like what's happening right now. What's happening right now is what I've walked through before. Remember, high, lower high, so the trend is still down. But if we start to get a higher low through here, then what does that mean? We could start to see a possible we could possibly see an upward trend, and maybe a short term, but we're possibly getting a short-term upward trend. And then we need to continue following with that. So I hope that helps you out today, traders. Once again, if you do need my help, grab a coaching call or grab onto that free trading course, and I'll see you real soon. Hey traders, I'm giving away 100% free access to my brand new Breakthrough full trading course. This is 8 videos over 10 hours of pure amazing and powerful strategies. This is my most powerful systems and strategies that I've used for the last 16 years, and I'm giving it away for free. So this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link around here somewhere, a button or in the description or somewhere in there. Click on that and you can go get free access to my brand new Breakthrough trading course. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now. Go do that right now, guys. You can get full, complete, free membership access. Go do that right now.